Hey, Philip, how's it going? Thanks for popping in. You're still at work. Okay. Russell's here. All right. Lindsay Burke. Hello, hello. I appreciate everybody that comes in, pops in. I know, Boone Dog. You're my Boone buddy. Excuse me. Must be the pollen. Anybody like to join the panel? It's up at the top of the chat. Just click on that. You can come right on in. Hey, Brenda, how you doing? 7 ships today. Hey, Lindsay, here we go. Welcome, welcome, Lindsay. So how are you doing, Lindsay? Digital Demon, which is our good friend. Well, I kind of did, but my back and legs are killing me. don't know how much longer I'm gonna be able to do it. I was telling the guy, one person down there today, I says, maybe somebody else is gonna have to step in and cover.
Can you hear me, Paul?
Yes, I can.
Okay, it took me about 5 minutes to figure out how to get you to hear me.
You got no camera?
Let's see. This thing has not been cooperating with me very well. Let's see. Hold on. Trying.
Down the bottom left should have camera settings and that kind of stuff. There
All
you
right, can you
go.
see me now?
Yes,
There.
there she is.
Okay. It took me about 5 minutes to figure this out. I'm not real computer savvy.
Well, I understand that. I'm not either. Everybody say hello to Lindsay.
Hey, everything just went green. How come? Okay, that's
I'm
better.
what?
That's better. I saw
Okay.
your picture go green.
Oh, that was it shouldn't have, but that indicates a lack of signal. Here's
Okay, well, I don't know what else.
everything's fine now.
Well, you're kind of pixelating sometimes.
Is have you got a good internet connection?
I don't know. I mean, I got a connection. I don't know how good it is.
Digital Demon says, I know everything about computers. No, I don't.
And no, I don't either.
So
I
what's
can
new?
just make,
What's new in your world, Lindsay? Anything?
well, as of April 1st, I quit my job that I had for 12 years at a bus company. As in, I tossed my keys at my assistant manager and told her to get somebody else to drive because I quit. So now I work for Comfort Keepers. It's a company where you go into people's homes to
Do
do for
little
them.
things for them. Yep, yep.
Yeah. It's
Well, do you miss the bus job?
no, no.
Justin loves his bus job.
Well, I mean, it's I'm glad he likes it. I mean, I've always liked the school bus. I've always been fascinated by them, but no, I don't miss it. But then again, I'm also fascinated by the Great Lakes ships up in your area too.
Yep, yep. Hey, Mark, how's it going? Mark White is in the chat. Maybe he'll join us on the panel. Anybody else want to join the panel? Just hit the link up at the top of the chat. Come on in. The weather's fine.
Or the water's fine.
Yeah.
Although I don't know how warm the water is up in the Great Lakes.
Well, it's warmer than what you think, but it's colder than what like southern states.
Hmm.
This time of year, the water temperature is probably around 50, 52 degrees.
Still don't want to put my foot into it.
No. So
Any word?
what else has been going on in your life, Lindsay?
I just heard or something ring.
Oh, that was up at the top because you are a co-host.
I
It's
am?
somebody wanted to be let in, and it was Mark.
Okay, was I supposed to be able to
Or
do
yeah,
something?
you could do that, but you got to catch it because it goes ding, and there'd be a little box up like above my name where I'm in, and it says somebody's waiting to come in, and you just click on it, and it lets them come in.
Oh, okay. Well, if
Yep.
it shows up again, I'll try.
Yeah. Mark, how you doing, buddy?
I'm all right, Paul. Thank you. Hi, Lindsay.
I
Nice.
Have you met Mark White before, Lindsay?
I don't know. I didn't see his whole face.
Yeah.
There he is.
Yes, I don't show very often.
Ah, there you are.
Mark,
Yeah.
Mark
Well,
is
I don't
Mark is Mark is a British friend of ours.
Oh, wow.
Hmm.
Well, the last time I was on here, we were talking to a guy from Australia.
Yep.
Yeah,
That was
Dominic.
Dominic.
He'll be on in a bit.
He'll be on in a little bit. Mark's from Britain, and David, and Laura are from Britain as well. And David's not here yet, but he usually pops in.
Well, I'm just simply from New Hampshire.
New Hampshireite, huh?
Yep. Originally from Massachusetts, but I've been living in New Hampshire in July, it'll be 12 years.
Oh wow.
Any word on what's happening with the Anderson?
No, haven't heard anything.
Hmm.
Oh, is that the
I
cruise somebody bought?
Huh?
What's that, Mark?
I said, was that the name of the cruise ship that bloke bought?
No. The Arthur M. Anderson is a boat carrier classic design.
Right.
You know, with the pilot house and everything forward, and in the stern is the crew quarters and dining and
galley.
everything.
Mhm.
The engine room.
And it's just above the engine room. Yep. Engine rooms.
But as far as anything new happening in my world, I don't know. Same old stuff, different day.
Now, do you have any pets there at the house?
I have a cat.
Okay. I've got Wild Man Boone, and Mark has got Precious. How old would Precious be, Mark?
She's 13 and a half.
And he's big.
What is he?
She is a bull mastiff.
A bull mastiff.
A dog. Okay.
Yeah, big dog.
And I have a 13-and-a-half-year-old cat called Ripley, who is very tiny.
He's got the big dog and a tiny little cat called Ripley.
My cat is Molly.
Uh-huh. And then several goldfish.
Oh, and yeah, Mark also every once in a while shows his goldfish.
Yeah.
Corey, how you doing?
Yes. Dominic, when he comes on, has got 3 cats. Joe's got 3 dogs. Justin's got 2 dogs and a cat.
Yeah, we're pretty much animal lovers here.
And David's got 11 birds.
Oh yeah, David's got all
Wow.
those birds.
I remember when I was living with my grandparents, they had 9 cats and 2 dogs and a pony.
Hey, Jim's in the chat. Jim's really bad, having a lot of pain and everything. He's got bad hips and legs, and yeah, I talked to him earlier today. He's in quite a bit of pain, and he's been putting off going to the hospital. And I told him, get yourself to the hospital. But what he's doing is he's taking care of 2 neighbors' dogs that are out of town, and a cat. So he doesn't have anybody to turn that duty over to.
Hmm.
Yeah, I just opened the door to let the dog out. The cat shot in.
Oh, the cat came in?
Yeah.
What time is it over in England?
It's just gone 10 o'clock at night.
Huh.
5 hours different.
And my picture, okay, there it is.
And to Australia, which is it's tomorrow morning already.
Mhm.
Yeah, I thought that was really weird.
Yeah.
As the world turns.
That was a soap opera at one time.
Fucking.
Philip, how you doing? And Brenda Sunstar, she lives in Florida, Lindsay, and she just got a new puppy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, 5 month old. And
My daughter,
she named him Angel.
oh,
Her Angel. Yeah.
yeah. My youngest daughter lives in Claremont, Florida. It's not far from Orlando. And she's got a dog. Oh God, what's the dog's name? Roxy.
Roxy. Okay.
And she has a cat named Maleficent.
Melissa.
Maleficent.
Oh, Maleficent, just like the TV show. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the movie.
Yep.
Brenda lives down central southern Florida.
My daughter wants me to move down to Florida, but my mother is still alive. She's 86 years old. My oldest daughter lives in New York, Granville, New York, and I have another daughter that lives in North Adams, Mass.
Wow. You gotta spread the family around.
Well, it weren't my choice.
Yeah, that's one of the good things about the UK. They can't move that far.
I'd like to be able to someday go to Europe and see England and Scotland and Ireland, and
Yeah.
don't know if I'll ever get to do it, but here's hoping.
Precious, be quiet. Stop. Oh, oh.
Who's winning?
She is.
Who's winning what?
I hear him saying to Precious, stop whatever it is that she's doing.
Barking. Stop it. Yes, you.
Well, Precious is large and in charge there.
Whatever Precious wants, Precious gets.
That's it.
Every now and then I see shots that you take of the Great Lakes ships that are going through the Duluth Canal.
Oh yeah, yep.
And then I see Vibe with Mike. I have no idea what his last name is.
Jody. Also known as Frank Rizzo. Frank Rizzo and Jody are the two same people.
Okay.
He's got two different accounts.
Oh,
Yeah, it's not a split personality because both of them are great people.
Okay.
And Justin is just out there always stirring it up, digital demon.
Ah. Oops. Go. What's that white building on the screen that's fairly tall? It looks like a pilot house.
That's a city building.
Oh,
You know, they built that right on prime real estate. You know, I think that was a bit much, but the city manager's offices are right up here on the top floor
okay.
with the view, you know.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Usually when I fly, I park in this parking place or this one right here.
That white car is yours?
No, I've got a white car, but that parks there, and then sometimes there's a space there, and sometimes there isn't. But that's
When you
my
say
my prime place for flying.
flying, what, a drone?
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah, the drone is how he films the ships.
I think, yeah, I mean, I think I've seen a few of the, I think I've seen a few of the drones that he's flown where he's flown them around while they're in motion, I think, some of the ships.
yes.
Yeah.
Either upbound or downbound. Upbound is going out into the lake, means it's going up, because the actual St. Clair River, where the lake comes in, is doing
Yeah.
about 7 knots downstream.
Didn't you also, speaking of the Anderson, didn't you also do a drone fly around her?
Oh yeah. I've got all kinds of shots of the Anderson.
They're beautiful shots.
Yeah.
There's one that I've seen. I don't know who's flying the drone. It might be somebody that's on deck with the ship. It's coming out of the Duluth area, it just came out of the out from underneath the Duluth Bridge coming out onto the lake, and
Okay.
it's you hear the song by Gordon Lightfoot, and you see the Anderson, and it's like they keep flying around her, and taking different shots of her, and I mean, it's while the song is playing, it's a
Sure.
beautiful, beautiful tribute to the to the Anderson and to the Fitzgerald. That steering pole on the front, it's like sometimes when I see a close-up shot of it, it's like I feel like I want to take one of those life ringers and throw a ringer on the steering pole.
Yeah.
Probably couldn't do it, but it's
Well, we got 14 people watching and just us here on the panel.
They'll be dropping in some royal. Well, you've been out. You don't need to go out again. No, you don't. Shh. You do.
I see a picture of a minion dressed up like a Star Wars character.
Yeah, that's mine.
That's Mark's background.
Ah, what a view. Wow. Of the water.
Oh, yeah. That's looking north.
The flags are flying half-mast. What happened?
Well, they're at half mast because of who died? I can't remember who it was that died. Somebody died internationally.
The Pope?
Yeah, Pope.
Yes, the Pope.
Well, I figured they'd bring the flags back up once they elected a new one.
No, because there's a mourning period.
Yeah, that's finished. They elected the new one after the mourning period. Are they not still at half mast because of Veterans Day?
Veterans
Be
Day is
Veterans Day coming up. I'm not sure why it's at half mast. I used to know.
mm,
Suppose I could look it up.
Come on. Hold up.
Okay, flags across the United States are flying at half staff today in honor of Peace Officers Memorial Day, a national observance paying tribute to the law enforcement officers who have died or been disabled in the line of duty.
oh,
Johnny Drone Flyer, hey, how you doing?
And Johnny.
Yep, Peace Officers Day, yep.
And Joel, Jim, Johnny. It's getting cold again here. Temperatures dropped.
Oh, really?
you guys getting a lot of rain over there?
Actually, no, we haven't had any rain for well over a week.
But it was kind of warm for a warm spell, didn't you?
Yeah, it was about 70 degrees Fahrenheit today, but it's now down to 50.
Are you possibly going to have some rain?
There's none forecast for the next week and a half at least. It's at the moment the highest temperature was 18 centigrade today, but it's been 21, 22 over the weekend, and it's going to go back to that in a few days. Which I think is about 76, 77-ish. Always gets awkward talking about temperatures because you use Fahrenheit, we use centigrade.
I think centigrade, isn't that metrics?
Well, centigrade is freezing point is 0 and boiling point of water is 100.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're using Fahrenheit, 0 is 32 degrees Fahrenheit. And you know, I haven't the foggiest idea what 100 degrees centigrade is in Fahrenheit. Echo, what's 100 degrees centigrade in Fahrenheit?
100 degrees Celsius is 212 degrees Fahrenheit.
There you go, 212.
Hmm.
So it kind of makes it more sensible to use centigrade than Fahrenheit.
Lindsay, that doesn't sound good, does it?
No, but you know, I
Although-
mean, I guess it all depends on what you're used to.
Yeah.
Well, it's a temperature that water boils at, so basically it's what we use to make a cup of tea. It's about the only thing we ever use boiling water for at the moment.
That brings up another discussion, Lindsay. Do you know what a proper cup of tea is?
Not particularly. Is it a flavor or is it just what depends
Well,
upon what you like?
No, it's the way you're supposed to make it.
what our British friends contend is you cannot put the tea bag in the water and put it in the microwave. That's not a proper tea.
Okay.
The whole
Yeah.
idea, you put the tea bag in a cup and you pour boiling water on it.
I've done that.
That's a proper tea.
Yeah, that's the proper way to.
Okay.
And then when you've taken the tea bag out, you put the milk in.
I don't use milk. I use honey.
That's fair enough. That's allowed.
Yeah.
But you shouldn't put it in until the tea's brewed, or it seals the tea bag and you don't get all the flavour out of it.
Yeah. But I'm more of a coffee drinker. I do have tea, but I mostly drink coffee.
Our coffee should be made with water that's only 88 degrees centigrade. It shouldn't be boiling water, or it actually burns the coffee.
I've got a coffee
very-
maker.
Yeah.
That I put it's a percolator. I've
Okay.
also used. Go ahead.
Percolators are definitely the right way to make coffee.
Yeah. I have the kind you put on the stove and you let it process. And I also have the kind where you put the coffee grounds in the thing at the top and pour the water and you turn the thing on.
Yeah, like a filter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got about 6 different coffee machines.
The coffee pods, I've had a couple of those. They don't last too long.
I've got one. I've got a Nescafe Dolce Gusto that's doing quite well.
I think the most I've had one was for about 2 years and then it died.
Yeah.
I figure that's a little too expensive to have something only around for 2 years.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I think, is it a machinetta?
Oh, what?
A machinetta?
What's
That-
that?
That's the one that's a bit like a percolator that you put on a stove.
Yeah,
Mm. Mainly for making espresso.
I don't have anything like that.
It just looks like a little coffee percolator, but it splits in half and you put the coffee in the top and the water in the bottom.
Yeah. It's incredible. I'm talking to somebody in England and he sounds like he's right next to me.
Yeah. Yes, it goes. It's amazing the way you can talk to people all around the world as though they were
Yeah.
just there. Yeah.
All right, now I'm staying green, but I can hear your voice just fine.
Yeah. Yes, I usually just leave the phone on the arm of the chair because I'm using
Yeah.
my phone to do it. And my eyesight is a bit dodgy. So when I read things, I have to read it through a magnifying glass, which is why you usually just see the top of my head because the camera's level with the top of my head instead of my face.
Ah, well, I've got a pair of trifocals that I wear, but when I read, I have to put on a pair of regular reading glasses because it's I still the trifocals are supposed to help you to be able to see what you're reading, but the print is so small. I have to use these. They're reading glasses.
Oh, I have to use this, which is a 6 times magnification because I have retina damage.
Oh,
Thanks
sorry
to
to hear that.
that wonderful thing called diabetes.
You
Somebody
see at the
coming
top,
aboard?
it says mud ball up there in the blue.
Yeah.
Okay, it says admit and you click that.
That's Donald.
That's
He's not.
Donald.
He's coming on now to tell us all about the other coffee machines. Hi, Donald.
I'm coming on to tell you about what coffee machine?
I don't know.
I missed the coffee machine you were talking about.
I think is it a machinetta? Is that the one where it unscrews in the middle? Is sort
Mocha.
of a mocha.
Bilateam is one of the manufacturers of them, but it's commonly called a mocha pot.
Uh-huh.
They make a good coffee.
Mm-hmm.
I've used just about every type of brewer. French press is good. AeroPress is a little better than a French press. And AeroPress is a great travel coffee maker.
Uh-huh.
Mocha pot is just about my favorite, just for as a balance between convenient and good.
Mm.
Espresso machines, they're great for coffee shops, but they're not good for home.
It's just the mocha tends to make an espresso kind of coffee, doesn't it?
You don't get the barometric pressures needed because to get that extraction, you really need to get the pressure up. But it does make it does a much stronger extraction on your coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no. Work this week is kicking my butt.
Really?
You've nearly finished.
I got 1 month until I got until vacation, which really stinks. I'm taking vacation a month from now, and my last day before vacation is going to be a Friday the 13th.
And who was that?
Good evening, everybody. Good morning. Good night.
I see a bird.
That's
Yeah.
David.
Yep, that's David.
He's one of them British guys.
Hey, one of
Oh,
them.
yeah, I'm not hearing his voice real well.
What's that, David?
I said I'm no more British than Donald.
Which is extremely British. David's more British than me, but I'm about, what do we figure, about 60-40?
Yeah, something like.
I don't know. I think you're 99% British. Right. Let's do the rounds. So, hello, Lindsay.
Lindsay, yeah.
Yeah. Good evening, Mark and Paul and Donald. The regulars.
Hello.
Right.
Well,
Hey,
I'm not one of the
Hey,
I'm not
Brenda.
one of the regulars, but
Hey, Skyfly. No,
You could be Lindsay. You could become a regular.
Don't do it, Lindsay. Don't do it. The trap. Trust me.
it's a trap. Well, so far I'm the only female on this group.
For now.
Until Laura comes and tells Joe to shut up, you probably will be. Brenda's always in the chat, and
Yeah.
Relentless Lisa has come on occasionally, but she never shows herself.
I don't blame her.
Although we all know what she looks like because we've seen her picture on her channel. But
And Geechee's been on once or twice, but she doesn't show camera because
yeah,
AI doesn't have webcams yet. As Joe calls her.
yeah. And Gitchy's actually called Christy.
Yeah.
She calls herself Gitchy after Gitchy Gumi.
Ichigumi, that's the word I've heard being used for up at one of the Great Lakes,
That's-
Great Lakes.
Christy is a veteran.
Yeah, it's the
What do
He's a
you call
super-
it? Passenger services.
we're
aircraft?
still allowed
They used to call it a
them-
stewardess, but now
we're
She's
For
a
a
still
plane, I think they call it. I think they call a flight attendant now.
flight attendant.
Yeah.
Yep.
I just call her Super Flying Star. She's awesome.
Yeah, Gitchy Gumi is because we're English, we can still call them Indians. It's the Indian word for the lake.
Yeah, I heard that. I hear that word in this song by by Gordon Lightfoot. singing about the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. You hear the word Gitchagumi twice.
Hmm. I don't know which lake it is, but it's one of the lakes. I think it's because she lives quite close to Paul, so I think it probably is that lake, isn't it?
Well, isn't that the
Oh.
Native American word for whatever the lake was where the Edmund Fitzgerald went down?
It's the lake. I'm sure it's the lake next to Paul.
That's
And
like
Paul-
Euron, isn't it?
No. And is it? I don't know. Is it?
Paul, what's your lake called? You need
Paul's-
to unmute yourself.
Paul's not listening again.
Gitchagumi is Lake Superior.
Is it
Lake
Lake Superior? Right.
And wasn't that where Hiawatha?
Hiawatha.
Yeah, I
Is that a
think
person or a ship?
I want to say that was the
was an
waters
Indian
that
squaw.
Hiawatha traveled.
She was an Indian squaw in a book.
He wasn't a squaw. Hiawatha wasn't a squaw.
I thought Hiawatha was the girl.
Maybe. I might be misremembering. I'm gonna look it up right now. No, I was right. Hiawatha. Was a male.
All right. Because it was the song or the whole thing was about him or a him and a her.
No, the song that you're thinking of, on the banks of the river.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, Lindsay, if you actually
Yeah.
get over on Donald, right? If you actually
Yeah.
know something more than he does, you have to frame the moment because they don't come around that often.
Did they
Okay.
name the Indian in the song?
Which song?
Oh,
are you
it was Running
talking
Bear.
about?
Running Bear.
Running
And White
Bear.
Dove. Running Bear and White Dove.
Well, that sounds like David running Bear.
Running Bear down the sidewalk.
I'm not running nothing.
In his high heels,
It
Oh,
is
Bob.
dressed in drag.
running
Back
bear,
in, Paul.
look or whatever.
Running Bear down the sidewalk. Looks like a girl, but it's a guy.
Pack it in,
Okay.
Donald.
I think he's trying to tell you to stick to your day job.
Eh,
No, I'm doing a charity event and taking a mic.
Well, it's a charity event that he's doing it for the homeless or something.
No,
No.
domestic
The
abuse.
abuse. And
Domestic abuse.
And what they've decided is, as much money as they raise, the more they get up into female attire, and then they're going to strut around town and do all kinds of things. He's
Well,
even
we-
got
it's-
high heels. He's got a dress. He's got garter belt. He's got nylons. He's
Yeah,
got
I think you're going a bit too far there, Paul.
he's got a crotchless.
Right, you're definitely going too far too there, Paul. Right, just
TMI.
Yes. Too much information and ain't happening.
Yeah.
Basically, all I'm doing is the more I raise, the more I wear, and I'm walking 4 miles along Blackpool seafront in the UK and climbing 830 feet up in the air and walk across a piece of glass. Because I'm a sucker for punishment.
On our version of the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah.
In Blackpool.
The good news is I get to come back on the big ship. You know the trams with all the lights on.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've got 3 of them running in October.
and yep, I was right. Hiawatha was set, or the Song of Hiawatha by Wadsworth was set on the shore of Lake Superior.
Ah,
I don't
That
think I've
Longfellow.
heard that.
Wadsworth Longfellow. And your Longfellow gives you an entire Wadsworth.
hey, what? Wordsworth and Longfellow are two different people.
Oh, here we go.
I don't know. Is it? What was his name? No, Henry Wadsworth Longfellow was his name.
Because
That's a long name.
there is a poet called Wordsworth as well.
But yeah. Because I'm sitting here, I got the Wikipedia page open because I was like, I'm pretty sure Hiawatha was on.
And there you go, Lindsay. My case closed and rested.
Lake Superior. So, yeah. There you go. Well, the reason I remembered, because Gitchagumi, I remember we had to read the Song of Hiawatha in high school, and it was okay. It didn't really stick with me, except for they were telling us about the meter of the poem, and it's a very set meter, and the Gitchagumi, and that stuck with me.
Hmm. So where are you out of, Don?
My mother originally.
I mean, where are you from? Not just your mother. The town you live in.
Southwest Missouri.
Okay. Originally from your mother. Cute.
Not what his mum said when she slapped him. Sorry, Donald.
Along with his
It was
twin
just
brother.
set up perfectly.
Yeah, Donald has
The
a twin.
timing was great.
They'll start coming in from all over the country in a bit, perhaps. Joe's over in Louisiana. Justin's in Florida as well. Ed, if he comes on's in Winnipeg.
Hey, Paul,
Yeah.
I'm going to be signing off. Will that wreck it for everybody else that
No,
wants to come in?
you just
Yeah.
leave.
Okay. All right.
No,
I'll see you
Rex.
guys.
It will wreck it for everyone else because now we have to look at Paul and Donald.
Oh, well, it
Hey,
sucks
Lindsay.
to you.
Hey, thanks for popping in, Lindsay.
All right. Thanks for having me. Have a
Anytime.
good,
Take care.
have a good
You're
one.
always welcome. David will always give us some shit.
I'm
Yeah.
sure he will.
Well,
We'll see you guys later.
catch
Okay.
you later.
Well, the weather looks pretty nice at Quails Hollow.
Probably not a good idea.
You know, I haven't got the foggiest idea where Quails Hollow is.
You know, it took me fucking 3 hours last night to picking solder 2 bloody pieces of wire.
Mm-hmm.
Because the soldering iron was being an arse.
No,
Every
never.
time it got near to temperature, it was cutting out, going safety test.
Charlotte, Northern Carolina. That's where Quails Hollow is.
Okay, well,
It's the USPGA. See what we're doing. Rory McIlroy had his disastrous round. He's 3 over par. And the leader is 6 under.
Well, what do you think? Should we sit here and wait, or should we call it?
I'll sit here and wait. I just got here.
Yeah,
Are
Yeah,
you in
but I'm
a
not-
hurry to get somewhere?
it's only 3 minutes to. Don's still working for 3 minutes.
Who's working?
Donald. You don't finish for another 3.5 minutes.
Donald works past that, don't you, Donald?
No, he finishes at 5 his time.
Well, he's East Coast time.
No, he's not. He's central. He's the same time as Joe.
He's got that camera that focuses in on him.
Yeah, that's the.
Yeah, it's his iPad.
Right, Mark, you're an intelligent woman when it comes to electrics.
Go
I've
on.
got shitloads of LED lights, from stringed lights.
Yeah. You mean like Christmas icicles?
Yeah, but these are the simple wire ones, where it's just 2 strands of wire, LED, 2 strands of wire, LED.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do I have to do to get them to power up? Because I've got the battery pack, but the wires, and no matter what I do, it doesn't want to power up the lights.
Um,
I'm guessing there's going to be some sort of coating on that wire, isn't there?
they have different wires in there. There's you because they do patterns. You'll usually find there's 2 or 3 different power leads, actual positives, and one negative running to all of them.
Yeah, but it's the wire I'm trying to connect.
Yeah, but if you get the wrong wire, then the wrong lights will light up.
Yeah, but I'm not getting anything. That's the point. No matter which way round I do it.
Well, you've got to know which is the earth first, so that you don't attach that to the same as the
There's
positives.
no earth. There's only 2 wires.
All right, there we go.
There's only 2 wires.
Yeah.
Well, that's a positive.
Yeah.
That's a positive and an earth. The negative is an earth.
See, it came on then and went off.
What the fuck?
And you're trying to put the right voltage through it.
Yeah. I'm trying to reconnect it to the battery pack. It came off.
Because the battery. I mean, yeah, it
Oh, sorry, I'll
probably
put my
will.
fucking
Have,
speakers up. All right.
it probably will have a lacquer coating over the wire,
Yeah, that's probably what I'm thinking.
So- but it won't.
Oh.
But
it
it's
won't-
that simple
lacquer.
wire. There's no like
What are you wiring up?
LED lights.
For his sexy outfit.
No, it's not for
Okay.
that.
I just did a strip along the edge of my desk all the way
So-
around.
Yeah, coming out of your power supply, you should have just a positive and negative.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it's I've got that, but for some reason, no matter what I do, it won't power on. It's like nothing's going through it.
Have you tried reversing
and
it?
plugged it in.
Yeah. It's battery pack.
Yeah, but the plug that goes into the LED, sometimes if you turn them around, they'll work.
Yeah, I gathered that. That's what I'm saying. I've tried everything, but for some
Oh,
reason-
okay.
Right, that'd be your if you had your positive and negative switched.
Yeah, an LED will only work one way.
yes.
Diode will only work one way.
Yeah,
Yep.
because I actually on mine, I was gonna the actual flat surface of the plug that goes into mine would have been perfect the other way around to tape it, to do the double-sided tape to the edge of the desk, but it wouldn't work that way, so I had to plug it back in the other way. I got a really good deal on a 16-foot, and it was actually a really nice LED strip. They had them on clearance at the dollar store for $5. They were $10. And it's a heavy duty strip too. I was surprised when I opened it up.
Yeah, but these are just basic string lights. It's 2 pieces
I-
of wire running along.
Because honestly, like the quality of them remind me of the Corsair ones I put in my tower, the strips. They're really heavy duty. But it was enough to go along the edge all the way around my desk.
Done everything now. Just
And
Does that battery?
your lights came with a power supply, correct?
yeah, the batteries, yeah.
Oh, battery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Fresh batteries, I'm assuming.
Yeah, and the snap. The
Is it
Watch.
just a battery holder or is it a control panel which
just a
allows
battery.
patterns?
And
No,
you
it's
have the
just
batteries in the
straightforward
correct
battery.
orientation.
Yes.
Okay, well, I mean,
I might be
it may
British, but I'm
sound
not that stupid.
no, but it may
We are
sound funny
going
and
through, and
stupid.
these are we're gonna have to troubleshoot. So
Yeah, like at the same time, Donald's trying to be a smartass. He's being serious. Because I mean, you do every little thing. You could miss one stupid little thing
Hey.
like that.
my son switched those 2 leads on his engine,
Yeah.
and it was something that we should have thought of. But I jumped to the conclusion because it was just a starter. I jumped to the conclusion that I wasn't getting any power through that starter wire, and that was a starter wire, and it must have been broken. So I made an assumption and never thought, oh, those things could be switched. So
Yeah. And what he was really doing was trying to start the oil center.
Yeah, sometimes it's just something stupid and little like that.
You're
Now,
actually
Dave-
you're quite lucky you didn't blow the sensor.
In the battery box, Are the actual connections removable? It's possible they're put in there backwards.
Now,
Okay. Because
Totally
sometimes
did.
they're removable. They'll actually pop out.
David,
sorted it. Ah,
do you,
got
I
it.
said, you got it?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm glad I could help.
Turned out it was just a lacquer. They put more lacquer on than
Right.
that. Has got to be the thinnest the fucking wire ever. Fucking-
My next step was for you to tell you to get out your multimeter, but you might not have one of those.
I do,
Okay.
but
I won't
again,
lie to you. He had the
it does-
battery in backwards.
no, it was the lacquer on the wire.
The
Uh-huh.
wire lacquer coated, which acts as an insulator.
Lacker of intelligence.
Now mine just came with a plug with a sensor for the remote and just USB. Just plug it right into USB.
Oh, I'm off.
But for $5, I was like, I'll take a chance and see if these strips are any good. And honestly, I wouldn't mind going back and getting more of them just for the price they were. And how
I keep
good a
telling
quality
myself
they are.
I want to go to Best Buy and pick up one of those Insta360 X5s. I'm gonna do it because I want to take one down to when I go on vacation down to Florida.
Yeah, it's not
I won't be able to take my drone.
The majority of people I know that got 360 cameras, they were like fun for them for the first couple weeks and they never used them again. You, on the other hand, I think you would actually get some use out of it.
Oh, I will.
Like Lance is the only other one I've ever seen that's actually used his quite regularly.
Yeah, it'll
Mm.
get a mount on my buggy. So when I take it out, I need to get in and finish up the box. I have so many things I need to get in and do. It's just I'm so worn out by the time I finish work. And I tell myself I don't want to go buy something when I'm tired because my judgment is impaired.
I must admit, my mate's got one that he uses all the time. He's got a selfie stick attached to the back of his motorbike, and the camera's on the top of it.
Mhm.
And he's a motorcycle instructor, so he films every lesson that he goes out on, so that he can replay it to his
What's up,
You-
Joel?
tell them what they're doing wrong.
Could be worse. He could be one of those people that order shit while they're sleeping. That's an actual thing.
Yeah. Eh.
Hattie.
Hi, Dominic.
Howdy,
Hello, Dominic.
Hey, Dominic.
I might go just say, I want to get one anyway, and I'm gonna get one anyway, so I might as well just go get one so I can practice with it and see the controls and stuff before my vacation, so I can actually catch footage that I'll use.
I got my new OtterBox today for my S23 Ultra when it comes in tomorrow.
Why can't you take your drone with you?
Sorted.
It's so much of a pain in the ass where I'm going. It's a national wildlife
All right, so
sanctuary type
will
place.
have
It's
too many restrictions.
Pensacola, but that entire strip along there. First off, there's a lot of low flying aircraft,
Good.
and you have to jump through extra hoops to fly. So it's like I don't need to take the drone.
Fair enough.
What the fuck is a limited lifetime warranty? How's it limited if it's lifetime?
It's limited on the items that are warranted for the lifetime of the
I know
overall.
that. It just sounds funny the way they worded it. Limited lifetime
Only if
warranty.
you don't understand how English works.
Shut up.
And
I know OtterBox has really good warranties.
I'm almost certain when it says limited lifetime warranty, it means what lifetime is set out by your government. So in the US, I think it's 2 years. And in the UK, it used to be 6, but now it's 10. And in Europe, it's 10. In other words, anything you buy must last 10 years or
Y'all are asking a lot for the products these days.
Then you can send it back if it goes wrong and say it was sold not fit for purpose, and they
Yeah.
have to replace it.
Yeah, but wouldn't that cause companies not to want to sell in the UK though?
no.
It's all over Europe, not just the UK.
I wouldn't want to sell in Europe if I owned a company.
It's-
Then
Yes,
I
but
wouldn't want that kind of guarantee.
well, one, it's improved standards.
Yeah.
2, the landfill is not so full. And 3,
Well, yeah, but
if the company wants your money, bring it. All it did was it pushed up prices by about 20 quid.
yeah, but in reality, there's certain products too that even if you got before that 10-year span, a lot of people aren't going to take advantage of it, right? So, like, if you have a phone
Yeah.
case, like a
It's all
high-end
down,
phone case,
all down to what people know. No, and
If-
it's not on phone case, on electrical items.
well, even then, like, look at cell phones, right? Most people don't keep them more than 3, maybe 5 years at the most. So
Yeah.
most people aren't going to try to return a phone if they're just getting a new one. You know, even if it breaks,
In
they're not going to
fact,
care at
you
that
could
point.
actually point to an American company why we have this law.
My 55-inch Samsung telly that I used to have, well, I still have got somewhere. It's in the kitchen, I think. It went wrong. The power supply board went after 5 years, and I just wrote a letter to Samsung, and they said, take it into this repair place and they'll fix it for you.
Paul, there's a question
we-
for you in the chat.
Paul, can you confirm if Pal even lived in Hamilton? Or who the hell is he talking about? And who's
It
A?
says, Paul, can you confirm if two TOU
I think that's
even
Tal.
lived in Hamilton?
Who?
Who is
Okay.
A? They don't even have a wrench. Who is that?
I don't know.
And who the hell's Tal? Oh, he's not talking about that one Asian kid that was pretending to be a boat captain. Was he? Remember that kid?
Yeah.
Right. Hey, is Hammer Cat Tree.
He tried to say he was a, well, what was it, like a 22-year-old female boat captain?
Yeah.
And it turned out it was some 16-year-old kid in fucking the Philippines or something. Like, you went to the channel and you could clearly tell it was an Asian channel from like the Philippines or Vietnam or something.
Yeah, the channel was created on the 22nd of June 2011 and has 1 subscriber.
Oh, so it's not a troll channel if it's that old.
I have a
Most troll
feeling that
channels don't last that long.
what he's actually done is type a T instead of a Y, and that should be you, not Tal.
Yeah, probably.
I thought he was talking about that Asian kid that was fucking with Paul that one time.
Paul, have you ever lived in Ontario? I don't think he has he?
No, he's always lived in Michigan, where his family's from. There's the other Paul that lives in Canada, but I don't think he lives in Ontario.
He lives in
Paul
London.
Hodges. Yeah, he.
Oh,
London,
you're muted.
which I think is in Ontario, isn't it?
Yeah, Paul Hodges lives in Ontario.
Yeah, so that might be who he's talking about. He might think that you're the other Paul.
Wrong ball.
The Hodges
Paul
don't come on the
Hodges.
panel anymore.
Yep.
He comes in the chat every once in a while, but he don't come on the panel anymore. He hasn't been on the panel in what, like at least 6 or 8 months.
Nice guy though.
Oh yeah. You just don't.
Hey, Mr. Hodges.
Come on anymore.
No, Mr.
It's
Hodges.
only-
No.
He came on a week or
Nah, he
two
fell.
ago.
No, it was last week, wasn't it, Paul?
He
last
popped
week.
in. He popped in the chat for a second.
Yeah, while Paul was flying the ship.
Yep.
He's good. Oh. Well, I'm not sure if he's lived in Hamilton.
I'm
Yeah,
sure.
he lives close to Hamilton.
Yeah, but also I don't think we really should be discussing it because we don't know who A is, and we don't know if that's the Paul, and we don't know if Paul wants him to know.
What does it matter if he knows he lives in Ontario? I don't mean anything.
Well, we don't know what the
That's a big area.
motive. We just don't know what the motive is.
Motive these nuts.
It just seems a random question, doesn't it?
Well, his at is at Ham
Yeah, no, check. Some at Cattree.
Hamter Captree. So unless he missed the S out of it when he was doing it, and it should have been hamster, I don't know. But yeah,
Can't spell you, can't spell hamster.
Hamter Captree.
Tomorrow in Port Huron, you'll see mostly sunny weather and can
The
expect a
one
high of 82
subscriber.
degrees Fahrenheit and a low of 59
Mark,
degrees.
what was your weather like today? Because it was fucking shite, yeah?
Sunny, but only 18 degrees.
Yeah, I'm sure somebody picked us up and moved us overnight.
Went cloudy towards late afternoon,
Yeah, we're back to sun tomorrow, apparently.
down
Yeah.
to about 10 degrees at the moment.
We even had a spot of rain.
No, we didn't get any rain.
Oh, I saw a car on fire on the way home on the side of the road. Somebody's car caught fire.
I don't think that's got anything to do with the weather. It might have done.
Yeah, it
but
does. It's hot.
We actually had oh, what
And
do
you
you call the
You
little
can tell. Well, you can tell the heat's coming back because there was about. I'm not even kidding. From Haines City to here, about a 30-minute drive. I seen probably about 25 cars broke down on the side of the road.
yeah, we
Yeah.
had a KA broke down, got in the center of the fucking road.
It's usually when you start seeing people's cars break down is when the weather changes drastically.
It's a car. A Ford car. Because we had the convertible version of it, the street car.
I don't know if I'd want to drive in a fucking convertible in Florida.
Down your way in a couple of weeks' time.
My luck, a fucking lightning bolt will come right through the fucking roof. When they say Florida's the lightning capital, they are not joking, man. I have never in my life seen so many bolts of lightning within 15 to 20 feet of me until I moved to Florida. You'd be going down the road, all of a sudden, boom, right on the side of the road next to your car. That's happened at least 3 or 4 times just driving down the road. Ooh, Sarah made me a nice salad. Delicious. Got everything in it. One more day and I'm off.
Nice.
Be off for 6 days. I wish I didn't have to take all those days off, but I can't trust these freaking window licker kids to get up in the morning. Oh, Jim, you're talking about the helicopters that do all the tricks and shit, flip upside down and everything. Yeah, those RC helicopters are fucking crazy. I think FPV's hard.
Oh, yeah.
That looks even harder than FPV does. Oh, especially when they're flipping it upside down like 2 inches from the ground.
Well, you can do that with the new Mavic 4 Pro. You can fly in a dead straight line and rotate the camera around 360 degrees so it looks like you've done a roll.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I love how they're giving the camera drones all this like fake FPV shit on it. Looks like you're doing FPV. Joe said they added a simulator to the smart controllers.
Yep, they've added a simulator to the fly up.
I
I
told him he
used to
needed
have
to,
one for the on the Phantoms.
but he didn't check to see if there was an update for the goggles, because if they don't have some kind of FPV simulator, that's kind of lame.
Yeah.
Especially since most of our drones are compatible with the goggles. It should be, I'm
No,
assuming the goggles would have it in, an
No.
update for it as well.
don't matter.
Especially since they're coming out with all these different FPV goggles now. You have one you do 3D with? Yeah, that shit's crazy, dude. We've watched videos on here before of that. Actually, Paul started flying not the 3D, but flying the little gas powered helicopters back in the day. He has a picture of himself with a pretty big one. And it's got a freaking decent sized lawnmower motor in it. Who dropped off? Oh, Lance.
Lance.
Where's Joe at? You have something going on tonight?
I decided I better go around, turn the heat off in the house. Because it's 79 degrees in here right now.
Paul, you ever showed Jim that picture of your RC helicopter you had back in the day?
Back in the old one,
Yeah, the one you had the lawnmower motor on it.
I haven't seen that in a while. I don't know where it is. I can go back and look for it, but let me see.
You shared it on here before, but I don't know if that was from your computer or from Facebook or what.
See if I can find it.
And it looks fucking archaic too. Like you can definitely tell it's a home built. Was there anything in that build that was a kit, Paul, or was it you just bought all pieces and just
Well,
threw it
no,
together?
somebody had to build it, but I didn't. I bought it built.
Oh, okay. So you didn't actually put it together then. Did you know how to work on it, or would you always take it in and something was wrong with it?
I always, well, I never had to work on it. It pretty much flew itself until I stopped flying it.
Put a little Honda motor in there, the bitch will fly forever. Good. Jesus, Jim, that's as tall as I am. 6 foot 6 foot rotors on it.
Jesus.
Jeez. That's fucking huge. I hope you didn't have to manually start that one.
Yeah,
I
you
know
did
some
it.
of the-
It was a chainsaw motor.
No, I'm talking about Jim. He said he has a couple that has 6-foot rotors on them. That's fucking massive. That's just 2 inches shorter than me. It's 3D Goblin. I don't know what any of that is, Jim, but I believe you. And I never watched Magnum PI, so I'm not sure what the helicopter looked like.
I don't know what you're talking about, little kid, but you touched me in my heart.
He has said he has an MD 500 chopper, like on Magnum PI.
Oh.
Yeah, you can't even go to Paul's old Facebook to see if that picture's on there because it's not there anymore.
Yeah.
You know what pisses me off is when these social media companies delete, like, they hit you with a community violation, and they
Mhm.
don't even like give you time to like download all your shit. You
Yeah.
know, like YouTube should give you like a 2-week buffer and say, hey, your channel is shut down, but you should still have access to go in there and download your videos and get
Mhm.
them back. Because you can actually request the full uncompressed version back. So I don't
There,
know
I
if
just
they're
need to tighten this down, but I thought, if I'm going to go down to Florida, I want to take camera and stuff like that. I want to have something that can be used, but I don't want to take my monopod. It's heavy. But I thought I've got this trekking pole, super light, drilled hole, put quarter 20 in there. I just need to tighten that down a little bit, epoxy it in, and I'll have myself a little monopod, super lightweight, and also doubles as a trekking pole for an
what do
old
you have
man to
to
walk
glue
around with.
onto it?
Do what?
What did you say? You're going to glue something onto it?
I got a quarter 20 all thread,
Uh-huh.
drilled hole, put the quarter 20 there, and that will let me put iPhone mount or GoPro mount.
Don't they have what do you want to call it? Where you can go from one size to another, like an adapter? They sell those on Amazon. I bought one time for my microphone.
Why would I be going from one size to another?
Oh, I thought you said that's what you were. I thought you meant that wasn't going to fit your
No,
mounts, is what I meant.
I put this on here so that I could take
Oh,
a lightweight.
okay. I thought you meant that wasn't going to fit the mounts you had.
This
My bad.
monopod here weighs twice as much as this trekking pole. And this is good if I'm going to be carrying a big camera around, but this is good if I'm just going to be using a GoPro or my phone. So,
Oh, that's just a walking stick. Okay.
yeah, it's just a little trekking pole.
Okay.
I wonder actually if this will work. Instead of using an all thread, I have Yep. All right. That will work
No.
perfectly.
You gotta love when you design your own shit and it comes together just right.
So,
Hey, Joe.
Joe photo Leo. He said, I like it, Don. Those Missourians are innovative, I tell you.
well, you can buy trekking poles that have the 1/4 mounts on top of them, but why go pay $35 when I got a trekking pole that I never use? There you go.
Yeah. And that collapses as well. Like when you want
Yep.
to store it. Oh yeah. Yeah, shit, why not? Yeah, when
It-
you're traveling, you want to have the light stuff, not a bunch of heavy shit with you.
It doesn't go down quite as short as the
That ain't much difference though.
not a lot of difference, especially if you take the phone off a few inches, but the weight. This is still heavier with the phone on the trekking pole. My monopod is still heavier.
Well, yeah, and that monopod looks really beefy too, so
Oh yeah, you can beat somebody to death with it.
yeah.
Moment of silence for Bob Crane.
Yeah.
Justin,
Nice.
Laura would like to know what you thought of her coffees.
If what?
Something about coffee?
Coffee.
Excuse me.
Oh yeah. I don't. She sent me a picture of the can of coffee she got today. I said, gross. I sent back a throw up emoji.
I sent you a bag of some more things as well.
Who just dropped off again?
Oh no, let me look.
I don't know.
It's
I'm really not a big s'mores fan unless it's an actual s'more.
They were actually really nice.
But I
Not
don't
much
like
people
like.
look like them.
But I don't like s'mores Pop Tarts and shit like that.
Plants.
Not really a big fan of those.
Well, I'm going to be down somewhere near you
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
s'mores
Coming up
goldfish.
Thursday the 29th
Of
this month,
doing,
going to my cousin's funeral.
okay. When you say near, you're
Woking,
talking
Woking crematorium.
walking.
Woking.
That's walking miles away.
There's one of
I
my
don't know.
Dalmatians I used to have.
Yeah, you're on the
Okay.
other side of London.
nice.
Would I have cataracts or something? What's up at the tie?
Yeah, he did.
Mm.
That was
But
towards the
unless-
end of life.
Somewhere between 4 and 4.5 hours to get there.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and find a memory card for you tomorrow and download that video and get it sent to you.
All right, cheers. It's about 220 miles.
How are you getting there?
My sister's driving.
Oh, that's good.
I was gonna say because if you're going by by train, get the plane.
Yeah, no. Me, my sister, and my brother are going down to it because I don't think my dad will be able to travel that far, even if he is out of hospital by then. But it's my mum's brother's daughter.
Yeah, Joe, I don't like s'mores flavored stuff. But if I have an actual s'mores, one is enough. Like that's a lot
Well,
of sugar.
It's not until 4 o'clock in the afternoon, so.
Okay.
And then afterwards, we're going back to his place on the Suffolk Downs.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, the house that's worth 4 million.
Oh, did I not tell you I'm his son?
His son lives somewhere over either in Holland or Belgium. We're not
No,
sure,
I came back to live in Essex.
and hasn't spoken to him for years.
No, I spoke to him just before he went. It was a shock.
Hmm.
Oh, Donald.
How much percentage do you want of the house sale?
Joe put something in the chat
I'm
about
only
a
joking,
mountain
by the way.
built.
The daftest thing about it is he signed the house over to his daughter because he's dying of prostate cancer and
Mm.
he over to avoid the inheritance tax. And
That's
Alright.
that's Mia and my Dalmatian.
she's ended up dying before him.
Hmm.
Now her
Oh,
husband,
crap.
yeah, her husband gets it now.
What an absolute.
Yeah.
Because he's 95 and she's died at 61.
You go to Paul's
Mhm.
channel, put that link in the chat.
And a hubby when I knew it'd pay off one day, Marion.
Paul, that's the helicopter that Jim
Oh,
had
her husband comes from a
or
family
has.
anyway in Ireland. They both she was, he still is. In fact, no, I think he isn't anymore. I think he's packed it in. They were international bankers.
Oh,
Or
Donald,
working for international banking.
Joe said, yeah, I have a phone mount in my truck, added a $3 part. Now I have the perfect 360 cam mount.
Yep. If you can always keep little quarter 20 all thread screws, whatnot, you can make and adapt all kinds of mounts.
Well, what's great too is if you're somebody that's into 3D
Okay,
printing,
Jim.
like Joe is and does cameras like you guys do, I mean, you can make so many different variations of mounts. I mean, it's kind of
Oh yeah,
limited
I would
possibilities.
love, because right now I'm fighting with the top of this thing. It has a little curve to it, and if I put
Uh-huh.
it straight in, it goes to the side.
Right.
It goes at a weird angle. Well, it goes to get a weird angle front to back.
There, I found that for you.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's a
Mhm.
picture of his, Jim.
Yeah.
I gotta go run out to the kitchen. I mean, that doesn't look. Now that I'm relooking at it, doesn't look so home built. That looks like something that would have came out of factory back then. So that must have been some kind of kit, though. That doesn't look just. I just remember it differently.
I bought
it
it
doesn't.
at a local hobby shop.
Yeah, it's not 100% ghetto, is what Justin's saying.
Yeah.
What's that? A gas-powered helicopter.
Yeah, I remember Paul's one that he showed a bunch of times.
Yeah, I used to have a few of them.
I had one electric one that had about a 1 foot blade on it. I think they were about 1 foot. I took that bitch straight up in the air, about 200 feet, and then it came straight back down right into the
I
ground.
will
Had
be
it for
right
about
back.
a whole
I'm
5
going to
minutes.
get an ice lolly that I know the birds are going to share with me.
Now, these were 30 scale, so they were about 4 foot long, something like that.
Oh, this was back when I was like, I think I was like 28 or 29. And I had never flown anything. And I was like, yeah, I could do this. I went to the mall, and they had the little RC ones for flying in the house. And
Yeah.
then they had the big giant version of that was like 2 or 3 foot long, and it had about foot long blades on it. And it was like $150. I was like, I'll take that. Got home, that bitch went straight up in the air about 200 feet and right back down to the ground.
Yeah.
And the guy at the hobby store was like, I will sell this to you.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't even a hobby store. It was one of those kiosks in the mall. It was even worse than that.
And they're like, absolutely. You can buy this? Sure.
They're a lot better now. They've all got GPS on them now.
We'll see you when you come back next week.
I wasn't even thinking back on it. Me and my cousin, I wasn't even that mad about it, but it was $150 down the drain. I remember we were laughing about it when it came back down and hit the ground.
Well, yeah, because you're simple.
Shut up.
Buy one. There's $100. Down the drain. Oh, well. A fool and his money.
Oh, Sarah showed me a meme the other day. What was that movie with had the like creature with the fucked up face and he would feed him Three Musketeers?
Goonies.
Yeah, Goonies. It showed me a meme. It was a video clip from the
And he
movie.
wasn't a creature, he was a human being.
It's like, I'll take care of you. Me? It said wife and husband. And I was
Yeah. It wasn't a crazy, strange creature. It was a human being.
what the fuck was wrong with him then?
He was deformed.
Like Elephant Man.
Hmm.
You guys.
Or the Grinch.
Or Man
Grinch
Bird.
wasn't human.
You remember this one, Justin?
Yeah.
Watch right over here. Skunk. Mia.
Oh yeah, Mia got sprayed in the face by a
Yeah,
skunk.
look at him shaking.
And then fucking
Yeah.
Paul opens the door, come on in, and she fucking jumps up on the couch and rubbed her face all on the
Yeah,
couch.
she did.
Oh, dude, I'd have been so pissed. God, how long did that fucking smell linger in your house?
Quite a while.
I've never like been sprayed by a skunk, but I've been close to one when it sprayed. I don't know. It didn't like make me gag or anything. It wasn't that bad.
Here he
It
comes
stunk,
back in the
but
house.
it was
Mhm.
strong, but it didn't like make me gag or anything. I've seen other people like throw up by smelling it.
Well, most of us smell better than you do.
Shut up.
So you were kind of inoculated to it from a lifetime of being you.
Should have saw that one coming.
Yep.
Well, you set him up for it.
Well, I wouldn't expect any less from Donald.
Okay. It's epoxied in.
One more.
Good, good. Let me go quick wipe down.
Oh, you don't have a die tap set? Could have tapped it.
No,
Just threaded it.
I just drilled the plastic and kind of forced it in, but I epoxied it so it will hold a little better. I don't want to screw out when I'm taking my phone mount off. Okay.
One more. That's it.
It's a little more proud than I would like, but after that epoxy dries, I'll go ahead and
What do you think
Okay.
that is right back there?
cut it off.
Yeah.
Right, that's enough.
Right, Justin?
Hey, Brenda.
What?
That's you right there.
I'm not at my computer, so I don't know.
Oh,
what's
yeah.
happening.
Way back in the background.
Yep.
Was that one of the photos from the drone meetup?
Yep.
Yeah.
Ron and Adrian.
Yeah, Dusty thinks I look like a cop.
Is she blind? Turns out my conure likes Solero ice lollies. Way too much.
Hold on, do what? Your what likes what?
Solero ice lollies.
Solero are orange ice with an ice cream center.
Nice.
Oh, they're like the creamsicles we have over here.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not allowed in a bit. This is the raspberry exotic one. He's trying everything to get some.
They have some really good popsicles over here that have like fresh, like not fresh, but they have like chunks of fruit in them. They're really
Mhm.
good.
Mhm.
They got some strawberry ones.
Oh, the coconut
remember.
ones are really awesome.
I can't remember the name of the brand of them, but Sarah buys them every once in a while. I haven't had the coconut ones. Try those. Every once in a while, I get a craving for coconut, and I'll grab an almond joy or something. I don't like coconut milk though. That shit's gross.
Yeah.
I bought a coconut a couple years ago because I wanted to try one, and they had them at Walmart. Brought it home and drilled a hole in it and put a straw in there, and I was like, "This shit's gross."
By the way, Justin, you know Paige?
Hmm.
Yeah. Today was the first time I've got in a car and we went to South End. So as I got in, I turned back around and did the Blazing Saddles thing, going, "Help! Somebody save me! Save me!" Yeah, she couldn't drive for nearly 10 minutes because she was just in stitches.
Won't someone help that poor man?
Mhm.
Shut up. That's a sure way to get him killed.
So tired of these fucking toll text messages. You have unpaid tolls. Fuck off. The damn scam.
Yeah, I've been getting a bunch of those too.
Yeah, and I have a toll pass with a toll account, so and I have $15 on there. I'm still in the
Well,
positive.
the first one that came through on me, it was right after my wife took a trip down to Texas, and they've got the cameras, and they'll just automatically send it to you.
Yeah, they'll send it to you in the mail.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
and
don't
I'm like,
text with.
and we got one, and she paid it, and then it was a couple weeks after that, got a notice on the phone. Hey, you have an unpaid. It's like, did you pay that? Oh wait.
No, the one I got like a month ago was hilarious. It was could you please pay your unpaid tolls at this link with a bunch of like smile and hugging emojis. I was like, what the fuck? And I wrote the guy back. I said, if you really want to scam people, you might not want to put emojis in there. I was like, government agencies don't do that. In
I like the
hindsight,
ones. I got one once that they said that they're going to, if I didn't pay the money that I owed, they were going to revoke my social security card.
Oh yeah, I've had those ones too. I've actually had calls from call centers telling me that. I'm
Well,
like,
these
fucking
are,
revoke it then.
well, they're supposed to weed out the stupid people. Like, stupid people will self-select for that kind of stuff. Smart people won't fall for it. Therefore, they don't waste their
But
time.
don't feel bad that you fell for it then.
Hey.
But no, I got an unpaid toll letter in the mail about a month and a half ago for a toll, but we're doing pay by plate, so it's not like a violation, you know. It's
Mhm.
just they send it to you if you don't have the actual tag in your car, the little reader tag or whatever you want to call the transponder. But so I called up, I went on their website, I paid it, and I ordered a little sticker transponder, and I had to put $10 minimum on it, and they gave me another $5 credit for signing up. So I got $15 sitting on it, and it's on my window in my car. So
Does anyone think it's going to pay the speeding ticket?
Oh. Who called me?
See, we don't have speed cameras. Like for speed, we have red light cameras.
Spam risk, telemarketer.
We have
Yeah,
them both.
we
I've
have
never
cameras
seen
everywhere.
I've never seen a speed camera anywhere though. I don't think that's even a thing here.
I'm surprised.
I mean, you would think that they would do that because one, that would free up state troopers to be able to focus on other things besides just speeding drivers.
Yeah, instead
And
of
people
speed, they'll
would,
go.
and if people knew an entire highway was littered with those cameras, they would probably watch your speed a lot more. Granted, you'd still have those dumbasses that wouldn't care, but
The thing about it is that probably 75% of our speed cameras sites and housings don't actually have a camera in them.
because like here where we have the red light cameras, if you run the red light and it flashes, the cops don't pull you over. That you could do it right in front of them. They're not going to pull you over because the camera got you.
Yeah.
Unless you do something really stupid, like you almost cause an accident, then they might pull you over. But if you make it through
What
the
if you
light
just
without-
look stupid? Have you gotten pulled over for that?
No. I've
So
only
you
ever
have to
gotten
You actually have
I've
to act stupid. You just can't just look like Justin.
I've only ever gotten pulled over once in my entire driving. And I didn't even have to pay the ticket because it turned out the officer never submitted the ticket.
Well, if you've only been pulled over once in your entire history of driving, you're not doing it right.
No, I don't really drive crazy, to be honest with you. I actually have like if the speed limit's 70, I always give myself a 5
Yeah.
mile an hour
What's the-
buffer, and I don't
What's
go
this
over that.
poor pigeon?
Oh, going around in circles, yeah. Birds are crazy. Have you seen the ones that
You
basically-
spin me right round, baby.
uh-huh. Have you seen the ones where they're like on a roof and they have like a to-go container from somewhere and they keep carrying it up to the top and sledding down on it?
No.
No.
I've
Yeah.
seen the cockatoo in Australia going around ripping all the anti-bird spikes off and throwing them down with attitude.
I like the birds in New York City that drop the nuts on the ground during the red lights, and then they'll wait for the green light and the cars to go over them and crush them, and then when it hits red again, they'll come down and get the nuts.
Mm-hmm.
Like they've literally
Little bit
timed the
clever.
lights and figured out the lights. No, I don't really be driving crazy though, to be honest. I don't. Like I said, if the speed limit's 60, I'll do 65, but I use my cruise control a lot. And then after working for the gas company all that time, I got even more cautious driving because I had to, because I was GPS monitored.
There, David, I
Right.
just sent you a video of it. It was actually a raven. And of course it was a raven because they're smart as hell. I love ravens.
Hmm.
I love all the
Yeah.
corvids.
Ravens and crows and magpies are the smartest birds.
Yep. All the corvids are great. And we have some crows that live in the neighborhood, and I keep trying to catch them outside where I can make friends with them and start leaving them stuff, but
Yeah, they say magpies will fucking. They said
Yep.
that they're actually vengeful too.
Yep.
Like if they, if
Magpies
you
never
fucking,
forget.
yeah, if you fuck with
Exactly.
them, they'll know you a year later and they'll come after.
oh
you.
yeah, ravens will
Yeah.
do that too. And it's not just one. One raven gets pissed at you, all of his friends are pissed at you too.
Yep. Yeah, when we first moved to Blackpool, there was a crow chasing a cat. And I was like, what the? fuck is that crow doing? Next thing you know, the cat goes running back, being chased by a freaking magpie. So I asked the neighbour, I went, what the hell's all that about? Apparently, the cat killed a magpie 7 years ago, and none of the local birds had ever forgotten about it. And every time the cat went out, it got chased by the birds. They used to sit on the fence waiting for it to come out the cat flap. However, you can train crows and magpies to bring you
Mhm.
back silver goods or
Yep.
shiny.
Oh, Dominic, did you hear about this? It happened at Tim's work site. There was 60 shots let off.
Shit.
They actually, I guess, had the military or some kind of thing, but he took
Crikey.
that picture. And it was right at his work site where he was working.
Wowzers.
Somebody let off
Okay.
60 shots with some kind of rifle. And they actually had some kind of military or some special something group out there. I don't know if that was like a
No,
special spot.
that's yeah, disturbing.
Or if that was, yeah, I'm not sure if that was like a SWAT team or what that was, or if that was actual military.
Could be. Well, I don't know how the police set up in Queensland. They're all different in different states. But it could have been the SOGs, the SOG, a Special Operations Group. I would have thought.
We'll see. On our SWAT teams don't tend to, like, they look military with the gear they have, but they're usually like their cars are all black. They're not like camouflage
Yeah.
style like that, like military. They're usually painted all black, and they'll say police and SWAT on the side of them and stuff. And their gear will be all
How's
black.
we have the standard police, we have the highway patrol, and we have the federal police. And
Don't forget
any
mall
of the other
cops.
ones-
Do you not
any
have
of the
mall
other ones
cops?
don't. Was that?
Mall cops.
You not have mall cops?
Yeah, we do. We have, yeah.
And they don't leave them out. They're law enforcement.
Yeah,
We
we
have
just
mall
have police.
cops,
We have traffic
um,
police.
transit police.
We've got them that do.
We just
Uh,
have police. British Transport Police are just police officers. They, as well as working on the railways and roads and that, they do everything.
Yeah,
Um,
transit police, otherwise known as ticket
Yeah,
inspectors.
but don't you also have like public safety officers or something?
Yeah, we got those as well.
Well, we have PCSOs, which are
community safety officers.
yeah,
Yeah,
they have
yeah,
no
just take
powers
the
to do
C out and their
anything or
PSOs over
anything.
here.
To be honest, they're just a waste of space.
Now,
Mhm.
see, some of the malls here, like I think the one in Orlando, they actually use off-duty police officers, and they'll actually wear shirts that say that. They'll say mall security off-duty police officer, because then they can still enforce their police powers and not just regular security guard.
Good one, Dusty.
So they have the ability to enforce that if need be. They can still arrest you and everything. Because cops in most states are required to respond to a situation, even if they're off duty, as long as they have their weapon on them. But yeah, they'll wear shirts that actually say that on there. They'll say off-duty police officer. I guess try to scare people from shoplifting and shit. I remember when that guy was shoplifting at Walmart that one time, and we weren't allowed to do anything, right? But we knew he was in the bathroom opening shit up.
Mhm.
Deputy happened to be in there on lunch, getting his lunch, and we asked him. He said, "Well, you guys gonna go in there?" We were like, "We're not allowed to." He's like, "I will." He walked in there and fucking arrested the dude. He's like, "I can touch him." I said, "Well, then you go touch him." So we're not allowed to even say anything. Like, and then after that guy had that heart attack over in Lake Wales, which is the town next to me, the asset protection tackled the guy in the parking lot and he had a heart attack and they sued Walmart. Walmart changed their policy nationwide where asset protection wasn't even allowed to touch people. And it's like,
Yeah.
how the fuck is that their fault that he had a heart attack and he was in the midst of committing a crime? Like, that's not their fault that he all of a sudden had a heart attack. How are they supposed to know that? But like,
I still remember the asset protection girl when I used to work at Walmart years ago. She befriended me, I guess. She was just this little tiny thing. And she'd call me on the wall, Dawn. And I'd have to go. And one night, there was a guy who had shoplifted some cards, like baseball cards or something. And as he walked out, she confronted him. And she's like, confronted him and like, we're going back inside. And he kind of buffed up a little bit. And I'm like, oh shit. Because I can't let her get beat up. She's just this tiny thing. But he was way bigger than me, and I knew she was gonna get my ass kicked. But she was like a little pit bull. She's like, or like a little, I don't know, pit bull's big. What's a mean small dog?
Chihuahua.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Whatever.
Joe.
She was like a mean small dog. She backed him down. He just finally was like,
Oh, Jack Russell.
and she had no mercy. She caught a couple of kids one night shoplifting condoms, a boy and a girl, and got them back in that security room. Well, what were you going to do with these? Why were you stealing them? Just because the boy would blush, and he was just mortified.
that's
It was
actually
always
one
like
of the number one
He-
stolen
they
items.
always try to, if they don't run, they always say, I'll pay for it. I'll pay more. And they'll just, and yeah, she'd never let them off. She'd never say, no, okay.
Look, guys, if you want a peaceful, quiet life, you should always buy a house in the countryside where nothing remotely serious happens until this.
The fuck?
That
Oh.
water could have gone fucking anywhere.
Oh, it was a water main busted underground.
Yeah, it could have gone anywhere, but it decided to hit their house instead.
A good thing.
Right.
At
that-
all that room.
Yeah, if anything, it's just washing their house off.
Yeah.
I'd go ahead and pull
Sure.
the car in there and throw some soap on it. Go out there,
Yeah, but
soap
could
it.
you imagine?
Oh,
No, you pull the car under there, get it wet, and you pull it out. You can soap it all up and then drive back through again.
okay, guys, you all heard it. So Justin does know what soap and water's for.
Shut up.
Yeah,
And
washing
Dusty,
his
you
car.
would have been one of my passengers, but I missed you by about 25 years.
Yeah, Donald, you can just see him washing the car with Dove soap.
I used to do that with my work truck when it would start, like when I knew it was about to rain or it'd start raining, I'd run outside real quick with a big car brush that Sarah's mom had for the bus. I'd throw a bunch of Dawn dish soap up on the ceiling, the roof real quick, and I'd scrub the car down. And it'd start pouring. Just let it clean it off.
East Coast asked, do you have to rent a Make-A-Wish cot like Justin for buses?
Like I said, he would have been one of my passengers, but I missed him by about 25 years. Well, you should see me hanging out the fucking windows, yelling at people while they're passing the bus when they're supposed to be stopping. I'll be out hanging out halfway out one of the windows, yelling and screaming at them. Shit pisses me off. The one guy rolls down his window one day because he stops like halfway, like gets about, about in the middle of the bus and stops his car and rolls down his window. What? I didn't know you guys were going to stop. I said, bro, we put on the yellow flashers 200 feet before we stopped. You had plenty of time. If you were paying attention, you would have known that. Don't give me that fucking excuse.
So
You know,
all these pictures they've got of people breaking that rule have got Justin's head sticking out of a window on the picture.
yeah. On the red light camera we got, yeah. It just pisses me off because it's a safety thing. There's been so many kids killed from people just not paying attention.
Citizens arrest, citizens arrest.
There was, like I said, there was that family here in Florida that all three of their kids were crossing the road and a car went through and plowed all three of them, killed all three of their kids right in front of them because they just weren't paying attention. And that does scare me sometimes because these kids will be crossing the road and these cars will just barrel by. And sometimes you'll look down and you can see they're clearly just on their phone. They're not even looking. You know, I don't want to see a kid get creamed by a car. I don't want to see a kid that happen to a kid. That's why I literally there's a couple of roads that are real hot spots for it. And I automatically am just standing with the window down in the back of the bus, hanging out the window. And I tell them to stop. I'll be waving my arms at them because I just don't want one of these kids to get hit.
They're like, fuck you, get out of the way.
Anyway, I'm going to jump off. I'll catch y'all later.
Okay.
You're on a mo.
Dude, your camera is wigging out. I don't know, it's going in and out, in and out.
Who, me?
Yeah, every time you put your hand up to it.
Are we closing it down? Is that what you said?
I didn't say anything.
No. Justin left, that's it.
I thought I heard Justin say because I was on. I didn't realize I was on mute.
Yeah.
I heard him say that I'm going to call it. So I said, okay.
Yeah, but you don't listen to Justin. No one else does.
All right, because we're down at only 9 people watching, and there's 2, 4, 5 people on the panel.
Okay, well.
Well, that's 14 people.
No, then you're counted in the 9.
Only if you watch you.
I'm trying to find a picture.
You can still be on the Zoom panel and not watch YouTube.
Yeah. I'm probably gonna go too.
Okay, Donald. Hey, have a good one. Thanks for stopping by.
Just because Donald's gone, I ain't going nowhere. Don't you think you're getting out of it that easy, Paul?
The next one.
All right. Come on then, let's call it. Good night,
Dominic's
everybody.
thinking about it.
Not yet.
What's that, Dominic?
Probably about 20 minutes.
Oh, who's on in 20 minutes?
No, Captain Ray
Captain Ray's already on.
started 10 minutes ago.
Okay.
But I'll watch it later in the afternoon.
So what do you guys think? You want to keep going or you want to call
Up
it?
to you.
It's up to you.
Yeah, Joe will be here in a bit.
Yeah, right. Okay, everybody. Hey, thanks for being here.